I'm going to veer off just a little bit from inserts from my book, Individualism, the philosopher, the philosophy of resolve. I guess you asked, why did he choose such a hard and difficult title for his book if he can't pronounce it himself? And does he possibly think that anybody else is going to be able to pronounce it if he's not? Well, it's the concept and the ideas that I want to relate. You might not be able to relate to the broadness of the title of the book, but you will be able to relate to the content that's in the book, because the content is basic, the content is grassroots, and it deals with individuals and how we think, and it's cash out. One of the reasons the great success that AA and NA and those groups had, and regardless of what you think about it, it has been successful. The groups, the AA group, the big book, has been successful. And when you look at it and you read that book, you'll find that the premise and the philosophy behind one addict helping the other addict trying to obtain sobriety is phenomenal. It's simple, but it's phenomenal at the same time. Because who better else to tell someone about what they're going through than he or she who went through the same thing? Hey, and it's beg to differ. I mean, you can read it in a book, and you can go to school and get a degree in psychology and counseling, and you can do all that. But when the rubber meets the road, it's that person that's been through that situation that's able to talk to the other person and relate. That's what people want. People want someone who could relate to them, not to give them big philosophical ideas to ponder on. But when you in help and you need solutions to life's big problems, you don't need a big drawn out philosophical synopsis on why you doing what you doing. And you don't need no one coming telling you and laying you on the couch per se all the time. And I must say that all the time. And you just telling them and spilling out to them, and they listening, and they giving you some concoction that they didn't formulate it from what they studied out of a book. But that person who can mirror, if you talk to me about going through the things that I've been through in my life, personal and private in a lot of sense, but also public in a lot of sense, the things that we go through. The struggles of life that we go through are private, because what happens on the inside of you when you go through your situation is private. No one else knows what you're feeling on the inside, how it's tearing you up, how it's destroying your life, and how it's ripping your soul apart, making you have mixed emotions and mixed feelings, and the controversy that is happening on the inside of you. Only you know that. But there comes along some people who've been through the same similar situations, and I know that each individual process information and life experiences on a different mentality and on a different level, but that's okay, because when I can talk to that person who's been through the similar situations that I've been through, I see a reflection. It's like I'm looking in a mirror. I'm looking at myself, and wow, some things I can relate and I can comment on. There's some stuff I might not be able to comment on, dealing with the totality of the person that I'm talking to and looking at and reflecting upon and mirroring me. There is a limitations to that also. That's why you need a totality of rehabilitation and restructuring of your life. But it all begins with you, how you internalize stuff, how you process information, how you work through, and how you have been taught to work through situations in your life. But at the same time, that's one of the reasons why those groups have been such a wonderful success, and you cannot deny it. you cannot deny it. And those who have been even, there have been people who've been forced to go through the courts to go to AA and been reluctant to. And some of them come out the same way. But there's some people who've been, and I've heard those stories. I've been in that group, those groups for 20 some years. And I heard them say, hey, I was forced to come here. But I've learned so much, and I have opened up myself and learned how to pour myself out to the group. And they tell me and give me that positive reinforcement and support that I need. And I'm a better person for it, and I like it, and I'm gonna keep coming back. It works if you work it, but you got to work it every day. So, I mean, with that being said, put that aside. Okay, what we're doing now is, and what I am introducing to you now is another segment that I will be from time to time bringing forth and presenting unto you, my listeners and followers, of my like fellow men and women who've been in similar situations as I have, and who also been through their own situation. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear you talk about it. I want you to open up. You don't have to give your name if you want to, but I want to express those things and share those things. Hit me up on Messenger and type it to me and tell me if you want me to speak it and share it with the group, or if you want me to keep your name anonymous. And although I will share it. Because it could help somebody. You know, there's things that we went through in ourselves, and how we came out on the other side of how we came out on the other side of what we went through on the inside. It could help somebody get through their toughest time and darkest hour. But you can't help anyone if you keep it closed in and all bottled in to yourself. And I'm going to tell you, helping others help you. When I open my mouth and I deliver, I give out what is pressing on the inside of me, I help myself. Not only I help myself, I help someone else too. And I've been receiving positive feedback from these sessions that I've been doing, inserts from the book. And also, I'm introducing this session is Wisdom for the Worldly. And I entitled that because it goes back to relating and mirroring and reflecting among two people, one or more persons, talking and sharing. I know that I'm talking to you right now, and I'm standing in front of the camera and the laptop, and I'm expressing myself to you, and you can't see me and I can't see you, but I feel what I'm saying. And those of you who I've been dealing with for 20 some odd years in counseling, in rehabilitation, and in coming out of situations, I feel you. And that's why I'm able to look this camera in the face and know that there's somebody on the other side that needs to hear what I have to say, and I need to hear what you have to say. So this segment and these sessions that I will do apart from the book inserts, Individualism, the Philosophy of Resolve, it will be Wisdom for the Worldly. And I entitled these sessions Wisdom for the Worldly because, hey, all that's in the world is the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, and the lust of the eyes. These things are of the world, and we can relate. I mean, I'm a worldly person. I'm a man of like passion like you. I don't sit myself above you, and I'm not below you. We on the same equal playing field when it come down to worldly things. We all are fleshly people. We all are physical. We all deal with worldly, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. We deal with those three dimensions and those three things all the time. And you know, I can walk around and pretend like I'm holier than thou, and that I'm religious, the most spiritual person in the world, and the most religious person in the world. But hey, that would be a fake. That would be false, because I'm not. I'm worldly. I mean, I wear worldly. I deal with my worldly self and my spiritual self equally, all the time. They always, my lust of the flesh and my lust of the eyes and my pride of life are always at odds with the spiritual person that I am on the inside. The person that want to love and the want not to cheat, and the person that wants to be